So let's go ahead and install the trigger, and I'll show you how the trigger hanger and the adjustment works. So I got my TriggerTech Diamond here, the gold edition. Now I understand, I've heard that there's possibly a new revision of the trigger hanger. Some triggers, the safety switch has to be notched out on the trigger hanger, so they've started doing that. And then I believe I heard it might just be on the long action version that they now have a pin and then these pointy pins. So the way this trigger hanger works is you've got these pointy pins. If I can get it back out. Okay. See if I can get you a close-up of that. So these pointy pins, and there's some slots cut into the receiver. Let's see if we can show you that real quick as I try not to lose those pins. So in the receiver, you can see where those cuts are right here. There's also a slot right there. Okay, so that's where the pins ride. So what you do is after you get your trigger in, this grub screw that's in there with the pointy part goes up against this 45-degree angle slot right there. It slides down in. Do this with the bolt back. So as it slides in, you push it forward. Can you see that? It doesn't move very much. Push it forward, and then this screw goes back here. We're just going to get that kind of not tight but not loose. Make it so it can still move just a little bit. See that? Just a little bit of movement. Maybe that might be too much. Because what we're going to do is this screw here at the front, that's your adjustment for your sear engagement. So when we put the bolt back in, alright, sorry, that took a little more effort than it should have to get that bolt in. Okay, so what's going to happen is if you watch this right here, let's watch this right here. We're trying to get this so that when we close the bolt, there's like no movement. Okay, that's our goal. So you can see there's hardly any movement up and down, and it makes it super smooth. Okay. Now if I were to just kind of start over, I'll show you kind of as I turn it out about a half a turn. Okay. Now watch that. You can kind of see how it moves. If I go out a full turn, it'll be even worse. Okay. And it's harder to see on camera, but you can see the whole thing. See how much that whole thing's moving? You don't want that. It makes it really rough. So if I go back in, about a full turn. Okay. Let's see how close that is. Yeah, there's like no movement. If I go in too far, I'll show you what happens there. If we go in, let's say about 3/4 of a turn too far, then you can see the whole shroud. And it's hard to, let's see if I can get this for you. right there, and that makes that bump right there pretty stiff. Okay, so I'm going to take that back out to where this is hardly any movement. It's kind of one of those trial and errors. Twist it one way, see if it gets better, and twist it the other way if it doesn't. So that's the trigger install and adjusting the travel, the trigger engagement. So there's the American Rifle Company Coup de Grace. Thanks for stopping by.